Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Paris Hilton, Biography. Paris Whitney Hilton was born on February 17, 1981, in New York City. She is the eldest child of businessman Richard Hilton and actress, socialite Kathy Hilton. Paris is a member of the famous Hilton family, whose legacy began with her great-grandfather, Conrad Hilton, founder of Hilton Hotels. Growing up, she lived between New York, Beverly Hills and the Hamptons, surrounded by wealth, high society and media attention. Early life and rise to fame. From her teenage years, Paris was immersed in fashion and the socialite world. She signed with a modeling agency in the late 1990s and began appearing in magazines, runway shows and high-profile events. By her early 20s, she had already gained a reputation as one of the most photographed young women in the world. Her major breakthrough into mainstream pop culture came in 2003 with the reality television show, The Simple Life, which she starred in alongside her friend Nicole Richie. The show was a massive success and helped define the early era of reality TV. Paris became known for her blonde glamour, her playful persona and her catchphrase, "That's hot." Business empire. Although many initially saw her as just a party-loving heiress, Paris built a surprising and lasting business empire. She launched fragrances, clothing lines, accessories, cosmetics and more. Her fragrance line alone has made billions in sales worldwide. Over time, she developed into a media and brand mogul, taking complete control over her image and career decisions. Paris later founded her own media and product company, expanding into fragrances and fashion products, digital media projects, television and documentary production, DJing, touring internationally and performing at major music festivals. She also released music, including her album, Paris, in 2006 and a second album released years later as she reintroduced herself as a pop artist. Personal growth and advocacy. As she matured, Paris began speaking openly about the challenges behind her glamorous public persona. She revealed that during her teenage years she was sent to strict private and correctional boarding schools where she endured emotional and psychological mistreatment. Sharing her experience inspired her to advocate for legislation to protect teens in institutional care. Her best-selling memoir and a documentary project helped shift public perception of her from a shallow stereotype to a woman with depth, resilience and purpose. Cultural impact. Paris Hilton played a major role in shaping modern celebrity culture. Long before influencers existed, she pioneered the concept of becoming famous by branding oneself. She understood media, self-promotion and personal branding years before social media made it common. She transformed the idea of a socialite into a business model, showing that fame could be used strategically to build an empire. Today, she is seen not only as a pop culture icon, but also as a successful entrepreneur, performer, and advocate. Paris Hilton, expanded biography. Early childhood and education. Paris Hilton grew up surrounded by luxury, media, and expectation. Her parents encouraged a traditional upbringing, but because of their social circle and the Hilton name, Paris was exposed early to fashion shows, charity galas and celebrity events. She attended several private schools in Los Angeles and New York. As she entered her teens, she developed a rebellious streak, sneaking out to clubs, dyeing her hair, changing her look. Concerned, her parents enrolled her in a series of strict behavioral boarding schools. Paris later revealed that at one of these institutions she endured harsh treatment and emotional abuse. These memories would stay hidden for years, shaping her later activism. Becoming a socialite and model by 16, Paris signed with a modeling agency. She quickly built a reputation for her striking looks and tall, slender frame. She appeared in fashion spreads and runway shows and became a regular on the New York party scene. Paparazzi followed her, fascinated by the glamorous young heiress. Her unique presence, glamorous, playful, camera-aware, made her a natural fit for the emerging reality TV culture. Reality TV and global fame. In 2003, Paris and her friend Nicole Richie starred in The Simple Life. The premise was simple. Two wealthy socialites live with a rural family and attempt everyday jobs like waitressing, farming, or working at a fast food restaurant. The show became a surprise hit. Paris's baby-voiced persona, her one-liners, and her catchphrase "That's hot" became cultural touchstones. She unintentionally set trends in fashion and behavior: oversized sunglasses, velour tracksuits, tiny dogs in handbags, defining the aesthetic of the early 2000s. Reality TV changed after Paris. Influencers, viral fame, and self-branding as a profession can be traced back to her. Building a business empire, Paris understood before almost anyone else that fame itself could be monetized. She transformed her image into a brand: perfumes, clothing, handbags, jewelry, cosmetics, footwear, pet accessories, skincare, and more. Her perfume line alone became one of the most profitable celebrity fragrance collections in history, with dozens of fragrances and global sales worth billions of dollars. She also ventured into music and entertainment, released her first pop album, Paris, with the hit single, Stars Are Blind, traveled the world as a highly paid DJ and performed at major festivals, produced television projects, documentaries, and reality shows. Paris eventually created her own entertainment and media company, expanding into content production, licensing deals, and digital projects. She became not just a celebrity, but a CEO. Reinvention and personal evolution. For years, Paris intentionally played the dumb blonde character, allowing people to underestimate her while she built her empire behind the scenes. Later, she revealed that the persona was an act, a calculated move to remain in control. Her documentary and memoir opened the door to a deeper version of herself. She discussed the trauma she endured at boarding schools, the emotional toll of fame, the distance between her public persona and private identity. This honesty changed the public's view of her. Advocacy and activism. Motivated by her past, Paris became a leading advocate for reforming the troubled teen industry. She helped bring national attention to the mistreatment of teens in certain institutions and spoke at government hearings. Her advocacy contributed to legislative changes protecting teens from abusive programs. Family life and present day. In recent years, Paris has shifted her focus toward family and motherhood while maintaining her career. She balances her media company, brand expansions, music and creative projects, and her advocacy work. She remains a symbol of reinvention, someone who took control of her story after years of being defined by others. Why she endures as a cultural icon. Paris Hilton has had several identities: socialite, reality TV star, pop singer, DJ and performer, business mogul, mental health and youth advocacy activist. Her ability to adapt and to stay relevant across decades is rare. She didn't ride the wave of fame. She created the wave. Paris Hilton, in-depth biography, extended. The early 2000s media phenomenon. When Paris first stepped into the public eye, the world was changing. Tabloid magazines were at their peak. Celebrity obsession was intense. Fame was becoming something that could be manufactured. Paris didn't just benefit from that shift, she was one of the people who caused it. She understood instinctively that publicity is currency. Images create narratives. If you control your image, You control the conversation while other celebrities fought tabloid attention. Paris leaned into it. She treated paparazzi like they were part of her marketing team. She became one of the first people to turn being seen into a career. The Paris persona, she crafted a character. High-pitched voice, flirtatious, carefree tone, naive statements that went viral privately. Paris was intelligent, strategic and business-minded. Publicly, she played someone simple and unthreatening. This persona made people talk, and talking about her was the fuel of her business empire. The paradox became part of her power. People underestimated her, and that allowed her to win. Branding genius. Turning fame into a business, Paris treated herself like a brand long before personal branding was a mainstream concept. Her strategies included licensing deals instead of endorsements, meaning she owned the product brand, global franchising. She didn't just launch a perfume. She launched 20-plus fragrances worldwide, expanding into markets other celebrities ignored. Asia and the Middle East welcomed her products before the US did. She paid attention to data. Fragrance sales fashion trend reports audience demographics by region. Her business motto: if they love you, give them something to buy. Every product reflected her lifestyle. Fragrances that smelled like luxury and nightlife handbags modeled after pieces she wore, clothing designed for young women who wanted the Paris look. Her brand wasn't built on luck, it was built on calculation. Reinvention through music and DJ career. When Paris became a DJ, critics laughed again. Yet she performed at major global music festivals, headlined events in Ibiza, China, Brazil, and Dubai, became one of the highest-paid female DJs in the world in a male-dominated industry. She proved she could move a crowd and command a stage. Behind the glitter, trauma and resilience. In her teens, Paris was placed in a series of harsh correctional boarding schools. She faced isolation, verbal abuse, punishment disguised as treatment for years. She buried those memories. Fame became a shield. Glamour became armor. The Paris persona was a way to survive without revealing vulnerability. As an adult, she finally spoke out about what happened. She didn't just tell her story, she used it to change laws. She met with lawmakers, spoke at hearings, and pushed for reform in the troubled teen industry. Many facilities that mistreated teens were exposed because she chose to speak. The memoir and the reveal of the real Paris. Her memoir changed public perception. People realized she is a survivor. She is intelligent and strategic. The persona was a marketing tool, not her identity. For the first time, she showed her real voice, deeper, calmer, more self-assured. Motherhood and new chapter. In recent years, Paris has embraced family life. After becoming a mother, she shifted her priorities toward stability and emotional peace. Her public presence softened. Her focus turned inward. But even as a mother, she continues to build entertainment projects, business partnerships, advocacy work, new product lines. She has evolved, but she has not stopped. Her legacy. Paris Hilton's cultural impact is massive. She pioneered the blueprint for influencers. She built a billion-dollar brand off of her name. She changed reality television. She turned attention into currency. She shifted from celebrity to activist. Most importantly, she rewrote her narrative. For years, the world told her story. Now, she tells it herself. Paris Hilton, extended timeline 1981, born in New York City into the Hilton Hotel dynasty. Late 1980s, early 1990s, childhood split between New York, Los Angeles, and the Hamptons. Begins traveling with her parents to charity galas and industry events. Mid-1990s, becomes interested in fashion and modeling as a teenager. Sent to multiple strict boarding schools in hopes of improving her behavior. 1998-1999, signs with a modeling agency. Appears in fashion campaigns and begins to gain media attention. 2000 to 2002, starts appearing at exclusive events and nightclub openings. Paparazzi begin following her everywhere, she becomes a tabloid sensation. 2003, The Simple Life premieres. Becomes an international celebrity almost overnight. 2004 to 2010, expands her name.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.